Good morning. Well, it's morning for me. You'll probably watch this in the afternoon or evening, so good afternoon or good evening to you. I just took out my fridge a bunch of dry beans. I did soak these for about 2 days, so they are real well. I didn't sprout them, but I did soak them long enough. I am going to be canning some beans today because I have no canned beans. I only have barbecue sauce, tomato sauce, chicken broth, strawberry jam, or strawberry preserve. You can burn that too. And I think that's it. So I have no more canned beans. I just put my water, I'm looking for my jars. I just put my water inside. This isn't going to be a how-to or anything like that. I am going to start the canning process with these beans, and then we're going to go outside and plant some seeds and see. My son, he connected some of the beds for me. Some of the beds in my previous video where I told you I wasn't going to have a garden this fall, I told you that I wanted to connect some, well, almost all of my beds that were smaller. They were 3x6s, and I told you guys that I want to connect them to make them longer, and so that is what I'm going to be doing. Well, my son already started doing that. The beans have an hour and 20 more minutes to pressure can, so let's go outside and see what's happening in the garden. Now that I stepped outside, I'm like, oh, I forgot how cool it is now that it's fall time. But, okay. And it's drizzling. It's supposed to be, actually, I don't know, it's raining. Starting to rain harder now that it's drizzling. Oh, there's a big spider web. Oh my goodness. It looks so cool. So what he just did was take off the sides of each board and then connect it, and I'm going to add soil on top. And then this will be the new pathway, so I won't have any pathway going down this way. So it looks really good. Once I add soil to fill these out, it's going to be great. This is completely amazing. You guys saw when we pulled out all of the cucuzzi that was growing all along the fence. You can still see it has some dead leaves where the grapes are. But I guess I didn't pull it out at the base, and it has resprouted, and we have about 10 cucuzzis on it growing. And with it not being, we still have a month before our last frost, these will still have time to start turning brown, and I'll have lots more cucuzzi sponges to use throughout the year. So maybe I will have enough sponges to use until next year. I'm out here looking at all of the things that reseeded itself, and as I was looking at this plant, I knew it was a cucumber, but I was not expecting to actually find a cucumber. This was my favorite cucumber that I grew last year. It was called Suo long cucumber. It was a Japanese cucumber. That's awesome. There's actually more cucumbers. And it's like, yeah, it trellised itself. If I really wanted this thing to like grow and trellis itself without me having to in the spring and the summer, it wouldn't have happened. But I'm really excited for this cucumber. My kids will be happy to eat this cucumber as well. What I think I'm gonna do with these, I had these 3 beds where I had rabbit manure and I had, what is it called? Composting worms that had composted down the rabbit manure, and I just added it on top. And then you can see some fuzzy things sticking out. This is where we butchered our chickens, and this was the feathers from them. I'm just going to sprinkle some radish seeds, like half bed, or maybe I'll just do 1 full bed of radishes and 1 full bed of carrots, and then the other one, it has a lot of, it looks like cilantro or parsley resprouting in there that went to seed. But I had this whole bag of Danvers half long, and I still have lots more Danvers half long, as well as other varieties of carrots. And so I think, my cat scared me. I think I'm going to just go ahead and sprinkle right on top, and then use a rake and kind of disturb the soil. It's supposed to be raining today, so I'm not going to try and, which obviously is drizzling right now, but it's supposed to continue raining. And I've always had really good success with just sprinkling carrots on top of the soil and just making sure the soil stays wet. And with it being cool, it's only getting, at nighttime sometimes it's going down to 45 degrees, and then the day it's only getting up to sometimes in the 60s, high 60s, sometimes 70s, sometimes 80s. I think these carrots will be fine, especially with the rain that's supposed to be happening for the next 3 days. And so I think the rain will flatten them down enough. Once I did start sprinkling seeds on this bed, I started looking around at all the other empty beds, and I kind of got ahead of myself, and I literally planted that whole bag of carrot seeds in all of the Forever Garden beds that I saw empty. So I went down to that next bed that you see me planting right now. That bed actually has cilantro that has reseeded from the turquoise or teal bed next to it that died, and then all of the seeds fell into this bed. But I went ahead and sprinkled some carrot seeds in there as well. And then I was looking around, I saw that red bed was empty, even though all of these beds I didn't have plans on planting in them because they have the soil level have fell a lot. I put wood stumps and leaves and all that type of stuff at the bottom, and then I filled it up with soil. But over time, the soil level has fell significantly. It's probably halfway filled, and I like my beds to be completely filled. So like this bed I normally wouldn't plant in because it's not filled all the way to the top, but it was empty. And if you can see my other beds beside it, if you just leave empty soil, eventually weeds will start growing in it. So I figured, why not sprinkle some carrot seeds on this bed? At least if carrots is growing, then weeds won't be growing. And so that's what I did, because right now I don't have time to get soil and fill all of these beds. But I figured these carrots says 75 days to grow. I'm like, they should be fine to plant these carrots, and then by the time I'm ready to get some more soil and start working in the garden again, it will be time to harvest the carrots. So that's my plan. And then this last bed, this blue bed, I just planted radishes in it. We don't eat a ton of radishes, but
I just planted like a variety pack, so it has like all different types of radishes in it. And even though radishes can in the like spring and when it's really really hot outside can take about 22 days to grow, when it's cooling off it's probably going to take closer to 30 days to cool off, to start growing, or even longer, which is fine because we still have a month before our first frost date, the first week of November.
I finished just in time. It's starting to rain harder. I forgot about that spider web. Hope it didn't get in my hair. Ah! Oh no! Of course, when you're in a rush, trying to get out of the wet garden. For the next thing on my list to do today, I have this house plant. It is a split leaf philodendron, and I am going to try and separate this. Where am I? Oh, my buckets are right behind you. I'm going to separate it because I'm going to bring you in closer. I've never done this before. I'm not a big house plant person. I have two snake leaf plants inside my kitchen that are real, and I just always forget to water them. They're still alive because I did take them down and water them, but I'm not really great at keeping house plants alive. The reason why my garden does well when it does well is because it's outside, and when I forget about it, the Lord does not forget about it. It rains, and so yeah, that's why my garden outside has any chance of surviving. But I wanted this. If you were with me, I did transform my bathroom, and then there's this corner in my bathroom where I wanted a house plant, and this said that it was low light, and low maintenance, and it's 70 to 85 degrees, which is perfect for my bathroom in the little corner. Right now it's in this, I guess, 10-inch pot, and it's huge. But I can go ahead and separate this because it has about 4 different places. There's a spot right here. This can be one whole plant, then this could be another whole plant, this section, and then I have a small one here and a small one there. So really this has 4 plants that I can turn into 4 plants, but I'm gonna get it out of its pot and see it. I might do 3, I might do 4. We'll see once we get it out. So that came out fairly easy. And I have these containers that Anaya cleaned out for me. I have 4 different ones. And we'll see how many plants, 3 or 4. I've watched other videos, other people do this. I've never done it, where they use like a saw to get in here. I'm just using my kitchen knife. So I have one whole plant here. So I did get 4 plants, but, sorry, I have 1 here, and then 2, 3, and then the 4th one I actually left inside of the pot that it came in, because I could have split this one right here. It was all by itself, but I thought, ooh, let me get you back up. I thought it would be better just to leave this one in the pot, and I think this is the one, the big one, is the one I'm going to plant in my bathroom, and then the other ones I'm going to plant around the house, or sit around the house. I didn't say plant in my bathroom. I'm going to sit in my bathroom, and then the other ones I'm going to sit around my house until they get bigger, and then we'll pot them. But look how cute they are. Now I have 4 house plants, and I paid $20 for this one plant. And the reason why I did this one is because it said low light, and my bathroom, there is a window there, but it's tinted, and so not a lot of light gets through it. Even so, this will sit underneath that window. I'll show you when we get inside. My hands are really dirty right now. It looks so cute. So happy about that. And then the other 3, I just planted 1 in the kitchen, 1 in the laundry room, and then 1 in my living room, kitchen, and laundry room. And I'll let those grow because they're smaller there. But this is exactly what I wanted that to look like, that corner, and I think it just makes it look perfect. What is it you have tasted a protein drink?
I'm trying to about I didn't taste the one that we got.
No. So the beans have finished processing. Now I have 7 jars of beans, and I think all of them have sealed from what I can see, so I'm really happy about that. I'm gonna let them sit there overnight, and then tomorrow take the rings off and put them on my shelf, and now I have 7 cans of beans for my shelf.